Welcome again to the next episode of dormakaba presents Tech Talk. We are here in Mumbai today and we have with us an architect who has worked extensively in the workspace industry and hails from one of the most renowned firms, not just in the city but across India. And with this, I'd love to introduce to you Mr. Ali Hyder, who is the Associate Architect at Hafeez Contractor. Ali, thank you so much for joining us here today.
No problem. It's always a pleasure to be here.
Now, sustainability has been a buzzword around our industry
Yes.
for decades. I want to understand how much is the ground reality of that sustainability. What are some of the strategies that you all implement to keep sustainability in check through your projects?
So sustainability, when you look at it, basically there are two aspects of it. One is like a retrofit sustainability, like you do a project, then you start putting in materials which will, give you that sustainable points. That is a secondary part. What we usually focus is the primary aspect of a design, which is the space.
Okay.
Getting in correct light direction of light and ventilation inside your apartment and your spaces, that is very important, because what happens is people do glass designs, glass buildings. There are two ways people look at it. One say कि इतना glass लगा है, then you will obviously have a lot of heat coming in.
Correct, yeah.
There is something which has to be thought. Your sun part diagram and all what you study in college, that is something which is not taught only for the sake of teaching you something. It is taught because of a reason. The way the congestion is happening here in Bombay and other cities, it's very difficult for that ideology to fit.
Okay.
कि यहाँ से light आएगा. There is a different taller building standing there. You won't get light from there. As a plan, you have to figure out what spaces you can put in what location so that you get natural light and ventilation over there. Those have to be planned in a way. Getting in light, getting in ventilation is something which is a very, very important aspect. So I think sustainable, for me, it's not just adding a material, adding a finish. It is something which has to be planned when you start a project itself, and it has to be space specific and not material specific.
Now, we've seen a lot of trends come in and go. We've seen a lot of fads fade in and out. With this, architects have to constantly keep themselves updated and constantly keep themselves inspired. So, I would like to ask you, how do you do that?
I usually keep one spare day in a week or in a couple of weeks where I try and explore these different vendors who come to us. I see their products, I study them a bit, and other than that, obviously, while exploring, while you are out with your family, as an architect, it is there inside you. You like start touching and feeling things. ये तो पहले नहीं देखा था, this material. So I think observing is very important in our field, because as architects, you can never stop learning. You need to learn at every stage of time.
Like as you mentioned, there are several vendors across our industry. One such is dormakaba, and you've worked extensively with them across your projects. So I just wanted to understand from you, how has it been your experience working with them and your thoughts on their product line and services as such?
When I joined Hafeez, I think around 9-10 years back, GeoWorld Center, the Reliance project, was the first project I started working on, and that was at a very initial level where it is basically a 90 lakh square feet development. There are n number of entities that take up the whole project. So we were trying to visualize whatever concept we got from the concept architect TVS, and we were trying to develop it, how it's going to be working and how things work out in the Indian way of culture and the Indian way of usage. They have different products launched for different countries. They came up with the best of solutions. So surprisingly, I think Dorma itself had taken care of the entire hardware coming in the entire GeoWorld Center.
That's really nice. Thank you so much for the fresh perspectives that you shared with us here today. Ali, it was really nice having you in this. With this, we'll conclude the interview and end it here. Thank you.
Thank you so much.